Hi, my name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm a Cavoodle puppy coach and breeder for Noodle Way and River City Puppies. As a coach, my philosophy is simple. A Cavoodle should always complement your lifestyle, not complicate it. And this is the foundation to everything I teach. For almost the past decade, I have been working in the breeding, training, grooming, and veterinary sectors of the small animal industry. I've also been raising Cavoodles for the past 16 years, so I have definitely learned a thing or two about the breed along the way. Now this podcast is all about Cavoodles. Raising Cavoodles, training Cavoodles, grooming Cavoodles, breeding Cavoodles, and how to shape the behavior of a Cavoodle puppy. So if you're a Cavoodle parent or you are looking at adding a Cavoodle to your family soon, then this podcast is for you. New episodes will be released each Tuesday morning, and you can follow me across all social media under the name @OodleWay for more tips and advice on Cavoodles. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, welcome back to episode 24 of the Cavoodle Coach Podcast Rebooted. My name is Tiana Karamayas and I'm your host. I am coming to you today with a bit of a cold, so if my voice sounds nasally, I apologize, but I really did want to get an episode out to you today because I like to stay as consistent as possible with this podcast. And today I actually wanted to talk about what life looks like with a 10-week-old Cavoodle. Now, if you haven't been following along, I recently kept a puppy from my most recent litter of Cavoodles, and this puppy is mine that I'm keeping, raising and training, and what I've been doing is using each day with him to create a daily routine for new Cavoodle parents. And so today I want to share what my life looks like with a 10-week-old Cavoodle to help you understand what you need to be able to provide to a puppy and to help you decide whether you're ready for a puppy. So I'm going to go through what my days are looking like with Joey at the moment, and I have to say he is an absolute dream. Such a dream. He is easy. My life is so normal with him in it, and there are definitely a few things that allows this to be the case. Now, when most people are getting a puppy, and this is so funny because I have a lot of family members who have gotten puppies. I also obviously have a lot of litter families who have all purchased puppies from me, and so many of them have said, when I tell my family that I'm getting a puppy, they say, "Oh, are you ready for the sleepless nights? Are you ready for the months and months and months of toilet training and the puppy biting and the barking and the crying? Are you ready for all of this?" And I find this so funny that there's this, I guess, preconception that having a puppy is a really hard job to have, and that it does result in a lack of sleep and lots of wheeze all through the house and poos through the house and just a lot of really naughty puppy behavior. And you know what? I'm so proud to be coming to you today to tell you and to confirm once again that no, puppies don't have to be naughty. Puppies don't have to wake up every hour of the night. Puppies can actually be super duper easy. So what's my routine with Joey looking like at the moment? Well, he's 10 weeks old. And he sleeps through the night. In fact, he sleeps from about 9 p.m. at night until 6 a.m. He gets up, he does a wee, I then pop him back into his crate, and he sleeps for another few hours, and he ends up sleeping for about 12 hours every night, which is an absolute dream because it means I also get to sleep for as long as I need, which isn't 12 hours, but I get to sleep, 9 hours a night, which is beautiful, especially with a 10-week-old puppy. In addition to this, with my routine with Joey, we get up, we do some training, some play, some socializing with him in the morning, but then he's also able to be left alone for about 4 hours at a time. And during this time, he sleeps, he plays with his toys, he wanders around, and he's really happy and he's at peace and he's content and he's not crying. He's not getting a big rush of anxiety. He's not barking. And I know all this because I spy on him through my camera. And the reason why this is so important is because even though I work from home and I am home every day, all day, it was really important to me to make sure that I have Joey and I make him follow a normal 9 to 5 routine, so that I can prove that even if you work 9 till 5, if you fill your puppy's routine with the right activities, they are more than okay to be left alone. And Joey is, once again, he's proving this, and it's making it so easy because when I leave him alone, I'm able to come upstairs and I'm able to get so much work done. Or if I need to leave the house, I can leave the house and not even have to think twice about it because I know Joey is okay. And again, he is 10 weeks old. He is young. He's not 10 months old. He's 10 weeks old. And, another wonderful thing about Joey is his toilet training. I have to tell you, he had one accident in the house, and that's because he pushed open his little barrier that stops him from getting access to the whole house, and then he couldn't get back through the barrier to get out to the toilet outside. So he had an accident inside, and that's the only accident he's had. He takes himself to the toilet all day. I don't have to take him out at all. The only time I purposely take him out is first thing in the morning and last thing at night before bed. Otherwise, he does it all himself. He hasn't had any accidents. And in terms of his behavior, he is calm. He's attentive. He listens really well. He's learning some really good behaviors like going to his bed and watching me from the bed in the kitchen. He's putting himself to sleep, so he's not constantly awake. Some puppies, if they never learn how to put themselves to sleep, they get super, super overtired, and when they're overtired, they are so naughty. So he's learning how to settle himself. He's choosing his bed to be that place to settle himself. And when we are going out and doing his socializing and I go and take him on his walks, and then I pop like a picnic rug on the ground because he can't walk on the actual grass yet because he's not fully vaccinated. He lies on that rug. He's relaxed. He watches the people walking past, the dogs walking past. He's not barking. He's not trying to pull on the lead to run over to them. He's really calm and relaxed. And I know it sounds like I'm bragging about this puppy, but I really am bragging about him because he is a dream puppy. He is so, so easy. And there are a few reasons why he is so, so easy. And the main reason why is because I've got him on a routine that really is aimed to build his confidence, which will reduce any anxiety, which in turn stops any naughty puppy behaviors. And he's also in a routine where he's getting enough sleep, enough play, enough training, enough enrichment so that he's not full of all of this excessive energy and trying to get my attention through barking or biting or chewing or anything naughty like that. And I think this is such a good thing to be aware of when you're getting a Cavoodle puppy. Your journey with a puppy can be one of two ways. It could either be getting a puppy from maybe a backyard breeder or a breeder who does not implement any sort of curriculum program, which puts your puppy significantly further back in its training. Think of it like this. One simple thing that I do as a breeder is I crate train all my puppies before they leave my house. If your breeder doesn't introduce the crate, you now have about 5 weeks of crate training to do before they get to the stage that these other puppies are at when you pick them up. So picking a good breeder who raises their puppies on a curriculum program and already starts that training makes the transition into your home so much easier. So you can either, get a puppy from a backyard breeder or a breeder who doesn't have a curriculum program, and now you have to teach your puppy all these behaviors. It takes you twice as long because your puppy is older. Your puppy's also in a brand new environment, which means they're already nervous, which means they're not as receptive to the training. And if you don't know what you're doing in that training, you can create a lot of negative fears, and you're also having to deal with separation anxiety or anxiety over sounds, new places, new people, stress, overexcitement, overtiredness, and inability to settle. So many problems that otherwise can be significantly reduced with a good breeder. The second thing is you can bring a puppy home, and if you bring your Cavoodle home and you don't necessarily understand how to read their body language, address the body language, and ensure they're getting everything they need, including a lot of separation anxiety prevention training, then what happens is your puppy jumps onto you, not physically they jump onto you, but emotionally they latch onto you, and they believe that without you, the world is ending, and without you being there, it is so stressful and anxiety inducing. And what happens is you can't even leave the room without your puppy going absolutely crazy, biting, barking, chewing, trying to jump over their pens, all of these horrible little behaviors that are just so sad because the puppy is so significantly stressed. Whereas if you come into it with a routine and you know how to efficiently and quickly desensitize them to being left alone, and make sure that when you leave them alone, that they've already had all of the different parts of their routine to leave them feeling tired and relaxed. Otherwise you'll have this horrible time. Now, as I'm speaking right now, I am hoping all this is making sense because, like I said, I'm sick at the moment. I have a cold, and when you have a cold, your head feels really heavy, and your brain doesn't work as well. So I'm going to have to listen to this back, and I hope this is making sense. But what I'm trying to explain to you is when you hear all those stories about what having a new puppy is like, and when you hear about how hard it is and how you're going to be up every hour of the night, you're going to be toilet training for months and months, your puppy is going to bite and bark and chew and dig, and it's going to be really hard and stressful and such a sacrifice. I'm trying to explain that is not the case. It does not have to be your reality. But the only way it's not going to be your reality is if you pick a good breeder and then you follow it with a really good routine designed for Cavoodles, because Cavoodles are a different breed of dog. They lack confidence, and they naturally feel more anxious, and they naturally cling on to humans and freak out if humans aren't there. And if you're not putting in the proper training to reduce those behaviors, as soon as you bring your puppy home, they develop and they get really, really deep, and it's really hard to get out of those behaviors. So if you're thinking about getting a Cavoodle and you're wondering if you're ready for a puppy, just know that if you pick the right breeder and you follow the right routine, at 10 weeks of age, your puppy is not even 10 weeks. Joey's been doing this since he's been by himself. So his siblings left at 9 weeks, but he's been sleeping in a crate all night since 7.5 weeks. So from the day you bring your puppy home at 8 weeks, they can be sleeping through the night for a long time. They can be taking themselves out to the toilet. They can be happy by themselves and not stressed or not anxious. They can be playing by themselves and knowing how to entertain themselves. They can be calm and relaxed and attentive. All of these things are entirely possible as long as your puppy is getting everything they need for a Cavoodle. And that's the main thing here. There are plenty of recommended puppy routines on the internet, but they're just puppy routines in general. It's not taking into consideration the individual breed requirements for each breed and what the breed needs to feel fulfilled. And that's why Cavoodles are a bit different, and that's why it's really important to follow a routine for a Cavoodle, and that's why I am documenting absolutely everything I'm doing with Joey, and I'm going to be turning it into a daily schedule for new Cavoodle parents to follow if you're interested, and I'm hoping that'll come out about mid-November. At the moment, I have 15 families who have puppies the same age as Joey who are following this routine and having really, really wonderful success. So we're doing it all together for a month, and then once that month is over, I'll then be turning it into a program that anyone can join if they're interested. So that's what life looks like with a 10-week-old Cavoodle. If it's the right routine and if it's the right breeder, super, super easy. I can sleep 12 hours at night if I want to. I can leave Joey alone for 4 to 5 hours at a time. I only come back because he needs food. Otherwise, he's fine. It's not that he's getting anxious. He just gets hungry. And in between that, there is no crazy zoomies. There's no biting, no barking, no chewing. There's just a calm, relaxed puppy who watches me, listens to me, chooses his bed to rest on when I'm busy. And life is simple and easy. And that's what it should be with a new puppy. And that's what I'm here to help you with. So if you're getting a puppy in the next few months and you like the idea of following the exact same schedule I use with Joey to get him to sleep through the night and be really, really calm and well behaved, send me an email, hello@oodleway.co, or send me a DM on Instagram. My Instagram is @oodleway, and let me know when you're getting your puppy. I'll add you to a list of names that I have and email addresses, and I will contact you as soon as the program is available, and I can help you decide whether it's for you. Okay, that's it for today's episode. That's my update on Joey. He's perfect. I am so proud of him and so proud of the work we're doing. And I am so just overjoyed that having a puppy can be so easy, and he's my puppy and I'm loving every second with him. And I love that I'm helping other families get that same success with their puppies, which is really wonderful too. So I will see you next week. Hopefully I'll be sounding a little bit more like myself, less nasally, and hopefully I'm over this cold. But thank you for listening in, and I'll see you next week. This has been your Cavoodle coach, Tiana Karamayas. I'll see you later.